Hi, love bugs. So I am starting a new series under my life advice category for dads with daughters. So, daughter advice for dads. I know raising a little girl is always fun, so I'm gonna start you guys off with a new series. Of course, I have mommy moments for mommies, and I was starting single girls world, where that kind of goes under life advice, but this is for dads. So, the one question you should ask your daughter always, and that question is, "What do you need from me?" Now, this question is going to change when she's maybe 5. She might go, "Can we have a tea party?" And you might say, "Of course. No problem." When she gets about 14, she might go, "Can you kill him?" And you might really want to, but of course, the prerequisite to this is letting her know that you are willing to do whatever within reasonable means that will not allow you to go to jail, because you're going to be there for her the next time. So that is such a beautiful question. I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. Number one, it lets her know that you're not going to give her whatever you think she should have in that moment. I remember my mom did this, and one of the loves of my life at the time, I caught a call and we broke up for some months. And, I said, "Well, what's going on?" And he said, "Oh, I got married and I got drunk as crap that night. Threw up all over the back of my girlfriend's car. And somehow she snuck me past my mom into my bed. And next morning, my mother woke up and she said, 'What's that smell?' I said, 'It's me crying, boo.'" And keep in mind, my dad was not around. So, it's my mom's duty. So, this is why I'm doing this video for dads. I want you guys to kind of see these moments that you need to be there for. And she said something. I can't remember what it was, but it was absolutely what I didn't need from her at that moment. It was her version of get over it, feel better. And of course, I knew I had to get over and feel better, but it just wasn't what I needed at that moment. So I'm doing this specifically for dads, but that's the best story that came to my mind. It's such a beautiful question because it gives you a chance to say, "I'm not going to give you what I think you should have, because what I think you should have might be totally different from what you need from me right now." So you ask the question, "What do you need from me right now?" And you have a prerequisite conversation that you're implementing this into your lives together, you and your first love, your daughters. And you say, "I'm going to give you what you asked within means." Okay. Now, I'll give you guys another example. Sometimes she's going to tell you something that is just like not what she needs, but you also have to explain to her, "Don't do girl code. I don't understand girl vocabulary. I'm a dad, I'm a guy. Give me straight talk." There was she will give you that. "You way, I don't want to be better than me." Sometimes that may be what she wants, and she may be clear in that. So maybe you need like a second code, like, "Yes, that's what I need right now, just to be alone." Might break your heart, but you're doing what she asked. However, I love Vikings. So it's a great part in the story as of recent where Lagatha had a miscarriage. If you don't know the characters, don't worry about it. But anyway, the main character's ex-wife had a miscarriage from her late husband, or kind of late husband, technicalities. Anyway, she had a miscarriage, and the first husband and the oldest son, which is this dad of her oldest son, came in. She's boohooing and crying, blood everywhere, and she's just like, "Go away, leave me alone." So they don't leave her alone, but they just sit back out of her eyesight, behind her back, and just sit there in silence. And sometimes that's what your daughter needs as well. Not for you to do anything, because there's nothing to do, but for you to just be there, be in arm's length, be around, have a presence. When I was going through labor, I didn't really need anything. I just needed someone there, because obviously I got to do all the work, but that's what I needed, somebody to be there. So, wow, you guys will see me get really emotional during these videos because it's such a very intimate relationship with your daughter, and I want you guys to get it right. So sorry, I'm just gonna get the real me here. That's what makes it such a beautiful question, because you're aware that the way that you love may not be exactly what she needs at that moment. So don't shove your love down her throat. Don't tell her, "Get over it, blah, 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 blah." And then you may get to a point in a relationship. I have a really close homegirl. She's raised by her father. And, he kind of tells her the truth straight up and down. And it may register years later, but maybe in that moment that's not what she needed. But, of course you're a dad. You're going to give her the straight talk. And that's fine too, but you have to figure out when those moments are of giving her the straight talk. So maybe part of your deal with your daughter is, I'm going to ask you this question. What do you need from me right now? And then later on, we're going to have a big girl to daddy talk about what needs to happen and how daddy feels about this. So maybe it is, fuck him. He doesn't think you're pretty. Who the fuck is he? He's stupid anyway. That's great dad talk. It's beautiful. That's what she needs to hear. But maybe not in that moment. So take the question, what do you need from me now? And build that into your daddy repertoire, because it will give you a chance to let her know you love her, you're there, and you want to provide her with what she needs, not what you think she should have at that moment. And also allow the fact that she is smart enough to tell you what she needs at that moment. And then it kind of gives you a moment where later on she can't backtrack and say, you didn't never do what I needed you to do. And you say, well, I did it. I asked and you told me and I did it. Now explain again, because I'm going to repeat this again for a reason, because I'm a woman. Women do this. Explain to her again, there is to be no woman code. Tell her to ask clearly for what she needs. Okay? And let me tell you how beautiful this question is again. This can go from every panic moment as a dad, from her first period. What do you need from me? If not even if you're a single dad, but maybe mom's just not home, or she's at work, or she's on vacation, or you can't reach her. And it's like, okay, well, let me ask the question. What do you need from me right now? She might say, can you go to the store and get me tampons? You may not want to, but it's okay. People know they're not for you. So go to the store and get her some tampons. Now, you may have to ask for help when you're there about what kind or size or whatever to buy, or maybe you just buy everything on the shelf and let her return whatever later. But it's such a beautiful question that you can ask about anything. What do you need from me right now? Especially if you don't know what to do. And I think a lot of dads don't get to admit that to themselves and say, I didn't know what to do. So give yourself a chance to ask this question, to be present, and to, take the steps to show your daughter, I'm here. And I'll have more videos for you guys. This is especially for my dads. I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. Please check out my book on Amazon. It is called A Father's Gun, 10 Lessons to Raising Daughters. And I really did write it so that dads know what to get into, or what they're getting into with their little girls. And sometimes dads think, buy their daughter dances, or I buy her whatever she wants, or I get her hair and her nails done. And I've talked to so many dads later in life, they're like, that didn't work, or we still have a bad relationship, or I didn't know she needed so many other things. And I think for me, I know that's one of the reasons why I wrote this book, is because the basis of a roof over your head, food in your stomach, clothes on your back, and I loved and kissed on you, is, believe it or not, it's not enough. We're women. We need a lot. So I wrote this so you guys can kind of adjust the plans in your head. So check it out on Amazon. As paperback and digital copies available. A Father's Gun. And until next video, if you guys have any questions, let me know.